What's up YouTube? Rybread here bringing you a brand new video. Today I'm going to be reading for you guys something that I wrote a couple months back. Basically kind of me reflecting on my identity and my relationship with my identity before I realized that I was trans. It's something that just kind of poured out of me at the time that I wrote it. I had been trying to write something else and just all of a sudden all of these words started coming out of me, and it's like, well, obviously this is something that's super important. So I posted it to my writing website, and now I'm going to read it for you guys because I really like it and I'm really proud of it, and I just kind of want you guys to hear it. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in. When I was young, feminine mannerisms, dresses, and skirts were armor that I used to protect myself from the scrutiny of those around me. They were a mask to keep people from seeing who I really was on the inside. I just wanted to be seen as normal as possible, but I was betraying who I was on the inside. Back then, I just thought that that was a tomboy and a queer girl. I thought that everything that eluded me about being a girl was just because I was a tomboy. But somewhere deep down, I felt like I didn't belong in these girl-only spaces that I had to enter when I was in school. With locker rooms, bathrooms, and girl-only cliques, when I made friends and tried to integrate myself into these spaces, I felt like the fox in the hen house, so to speak. I felt like I was being constantly watched and like I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to. And then when I joined queer female spaces later on in life, I still felt like an outlier. And for years, I felt like I was just intrinsically an outsider, that there was just something about me that would be forever on the outside looking in. And I didn't want to do anything that would make it worse. I thought that denying myself maybe would make it easier, that ultimately it would just be one less thing to ostracize me for. And the fear behind it wasn't necessarily logical, and I can't verbalize it exactly. I just knew I was weird already, and I just wanted to blend in. I thought if I was just normal, that would make everything all right. I spent years of my life mirroring how other people were and just trying to make myself one of the group for so long. What really helped was finding myself a group of friends that I was really comfortable in and that I knew loved me for me. That's when I really let go of what shred of normality I could. And that's what led to me ultimately admitting to myself that I was trans. Unfortunately, it still took me some time to be completely comfortable in who I was and really let go. After realizing that I was trans, what was once a defense mechanism for me became something that I attacked myself for. Every little thing that I did, I interpreted as feminine. Every time I expressed excitement or exasperation or really any emotion, I would tear it apart as feminine, and it became a weapon to use against myself. I finally opened up the door to this big secret about myself, but I wasn't totally me yet. In fact, before I came out as trans, I identified as pansexual, and then after I came out as trans, I claimed that I was straight. I decided that if I wasn't cisgender, then I had to be heterosexual. It felt almost too much to be trans and queer. My transness just gave me something else to beat myself up over. Along with any femininity that I thought I exuded, I didn't want my queerness to be used as this evidence against me of how I wasn't trans. I thought that if I ended up in a relationship with another man, specifically a cis man, that the assumption would be that I would bottom. And the fact is, I'm not comfortable with being penetrated. At the very least, in, for lack of a better term, my bonus hole, as I've heard it called. And it wasn't until recently that I actually finally became comfortable with the idea of being in a relationship with a cis man again. But that's just another story for another time. Admitting to myself that I was trans and seeing the overall favorable response to that, I finally let go of that last shred of normality that I was trying to hold on to. What it comes down to is that I finally became comfortable in myself. I realized that there isn't really a normal, and that I should just be happy in myself. I'm excitable, I'm expressive, I'm affectionate. These are all just things that are a part of me, whether they can be considered feminine or not. And even if they are, so what? I'm comfortable in my masculinity, even if there's people out there who try to invalidate me and tear me down. And the fact is, I'm very gay. I'm very attracted to masculine identified people. I'm also attracted to feminine identified people, and I'm also very, very attracted to non-binary, androgynous, middle-of-the-road people. I'm no longer ashamed of my attraction to men. It took a lot of time and a lot of internal dialogue to be where I am now, and while I still don't want to wear dresses and skirts, even if I did, it wouldn't be shameful. I'd be just as valid of a man as I am now. So that is the end of what I wrote. Thank you for watching another one of my videos, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!